Orem AO, post-op lockdown active, single Overwatch vehicle, dead drop with primary is burned. Hold on. Let me just clown horn, everybody that's falling for the division every single time. I got to tell you, I took some time to prepare the top 10 red flags of the Charlie Kirk assassination. Pretty much, if you're going to be easily offended or rattled on behalf of others, this isn't going to be the stream for you, because I believe that in order to put an end to this, we have to not be divided, because if we get divided any more than we are so FUCKED, all capital letters, as big a font on the screen as you can fit, if we're not already. I want to know how these two things are possible. One, you guys have probably seen this book, The Shooting of Charlie Kirk, get published the day before. It's archived. On September 10th, 2025, the campus of Utah Valley University was forever changed. During a scheduled event featuring Charlie Kirk, the prominent conservative activist and founder of Turning Point USA, a shocking act of violence unfolded that shook students, faculty, and the nation. This book provides an in-depth, humanized account of the shooting, the immediate aftermath, and the ripple effects that reached far beyond Orem, Utah. Through detailed reporting, firsthand testimonies, and careful analysis, Charlie Kirk and the Utah Valley University shooting explores the event from every angle: the chaos on campus, the courageous first responders, and the experiences of those directly affected. Beyond the incident itself, the book examines the broader societal implications, including political polarization, the rise of campus activism, and the national conversation about safety, free speech, and civic responsibility. I want to know, I've seen this only one time, and I'm glad that I screenshotted it. Has anybody else seen this? Okay, this is on Charlie Kirk's official page. It is sad to announce that Charlie Kirk has just been found passed away inside his Florida home. Charlie Kirk will be remembered as one of this generation's greatest debaters, content creators, news anchors, and abstract thinker. Blank will forever hold a special place in all the hearts, blah, blah, blah. We all appreciate the support in this time of special need. CKMGMT. Here's what they are saying is the official story. Okay, Robinson drives to the woods, drops off the gun to hide it, parks his car at the campus, walks back to the woods to pick up the hidden gun, hides a 24-inch barrel in his pants, places the butt and the scope in the backpack that he's wearing, walks to campus with the concealed gun, climbs onto the roof into position, changes into a different outfit, then takes the shot, switches back into his original clothing, breaks the gun back down, although no tools were ever found, stores the barrel in his pants, the butt and the scope in his backpack again, jumps from the roof with the gun barrel strapped or secured to his leg, runs through the woods carrying the 24-inch barrel taped to his leg. I said taped because if it was secured, walks back onto campus and into his car without suspicion. Could have driven off campus and dumped gun into a lake, yet chose not to. Drives home and confesses to his father. Had the option of staying with his, quote, roommate, but went to his dad's. And he manages to pull all this off and avoid any police detection. It's ridiculous. But you want to know what's crazy about it? Is I'm convinced, like I used to joke around and I used to say NPC to be funny when I would crash out. I'm not even joking you. I think there's a real condition where your brain is just not active. I'm serious. I've seen enough that I can make judgment on that there are real life NPCs. I don't know if their brain's even firing. I guarantee there's people sitting in front of their TV watching Fox or CNN or MSNBC, and they're just like, wow, I mean, geez, this guy really planned it all out, huh? This is the stupidest timeline for an official story that I've ever heard. Like, if you can listen to this and you don't just say for 1 second, like, hang on, how did he break that gun down, line the scope up, break it back down? And you're going to tell me that he changed clothes just to take the shot, changed his clothes back just to go on the run. So I went and I zoomed in. Right up here is where the shooter would be. And then if you're facing this way, I did it at the exact same spot and I just spun it around. So if you're facing right here on this corner and you looked up, that top part is where the shooter would be, which is right up here. Okay. If you turned around and you looked down, that's where the tent was. At first, I had originally thought, like, damn, when this tree had leaves on it, would it block the view? It doesn't, as you can see from the overhead shot here. Now, when I did the approximate distance, I got 139.22 meters. From up here, you got to think there are people that are what? Anywhere from 5 feet to 6'5". Call it the average taller person, right? This is odd for me because when I'm looking at this and I'm you can walk around this area, you can click and walk around and move, and you can see like the height of these steps. But with people standing here, when you look at this photo here, and I have three slides that I want to go through. If Charlie is sitting, like, do you think that his head is even at this dude's height? And I tried to see on the back here if I could see through it. And it looks like his head would be right below this TP USA logo. See how his head, again, kind of lines up with this TP USA? So this dude's head, Charlie's head, would be right about here when he's sitting. So when you keep like going out, okay, you have a window from pretty much this guy's sunglasses right here to the top of this tent. Assuming that there's no speaker in front of you, assuming that there's not somebody holding their phone up, it kind of blew my mind when I saw this angle. I'm like, holy shit, that bowl goes up quite a bit. The angle is just confusing for my brain. How tall is Charlie Kirk? He's 6'5". Okay, so he is taller.
Please retrieve your nearest tinfoil hat. Place hat firmly on your head.
There is two trajectories. You'll see a dude, and I couldn't find a video that I could get a good still shot. You'll see a guy that's kind of like almost holding something, and he twitches, that comes from the right side. But somebody got this still shot of his ear. And then you got this guy down here that like tugs at his sleeve, and that's the angle as well. And there's like a palm pistol. I don't know shit about it. I'm showing you guys what's all out there. Again, I figured the best thing to do tonight is just everything that I found. I'm going to put it out there. The guy's behavior is odd. When you watch, if you guys have seen this clip, here's what I picked up on. And again, this is why I think doing a quote members video so that we can show this, it would really help. But when you watch this guy, what I thought was very odd, okay, I want everybody, it's a weird exercise. Put yourself near a gunshot, okay? You're in a crowd, you're unexpecting it. If you hear a gunshot come from behind you, what do? You probably go like down, right? So if by the skateboards, gunshots come in, you probably lean down. If it happens right in front of you, you're going to do this. Every single person surrounding this dude right here went like this. Has anybody found the bullet? Because also this gun doesn't even shoot a 30-06. If that was a 30-06, I believe the way my father-in-law put it was Charlie be about 4 feet off that chair. This guy's not the FBI. I read a report on X that the FBI was not in town officially for about 30 to 50 something minutes. So 50 minutes. This dude wasn't the FBI. I don't know who this guy is. Has anybody figured out who this guy is?
I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
Doesn't it just look like they're like, I didn't say this up here to be facetious or sarcastic. Obviously, the event is over. Charlie Kirk just got assassinated. But I mean, doesn't it look like people are just going about their business, picking up trash? Isn't that an active crime scene? And also, hold on. Did this dude just use the chair that Charlie Kirk stood on or was shot on? Did that guy just stand on Charlie Kirk's chair? Holy shit. There is no... What about the blood behind him? Is he just walking through the blood?
I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
Wow. He would be stepping in freaking guts and blood. And oh my God, I don't know how I didn't pick up on that. He's literally going to be walking right through Charlie's blood and his neck guts. I'm sorry for the gross description. I mean, guys, a bullet wound's not just a little hole, especially with that big of a round. I mean, I listened to a surgeon, a trauma surgeon from a hospital, talk about that he if he had to guess, the reason why there was, he's like, when you cut your finger and you put your finger above your heart, like it stops bleeding, and obviously your head is above your heart. So he's like, if you get hit in the neck, it's like it's not uncommon for there to be the giant gush. All the blood's going to leave, but with that size round, he believes that what happened and why he tenses up like this is, I believe he said it's like spinal cord was severed, C5, C6, something like that, if I remember correctly. And so that's what he's saying this reaction's from. And he's not surprised about that. But I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, no shit, it's going to sever. If he had that reaction, that's what the surgeon's saying. And there was a medical term for it, when you lock up like that. It's the same thing that happens, like, if you've ever, been on the dark side of X and you see like people get shot, you'll know if they're dead, if they're laying on the ground, by if their feet are crossed. Okay, so if you ever see someone get shot and they fall and their feet crossed, they're dead. Or most times, more than not, it's the same type of reaction. Okay, and so that it was an interesting thing, and I just can't believe that. No gloves, no shoes. He's just walking through Charlie's blood. I have to check myself. Are we just wandering right into the abyss? Is this what they want us to do? I mean, guys, we're walking right into the trap. It's like if we're living in a glass house right now, and we could all look in from the Hive, we'd be like banging on the window, like, no, stop, don't do it. That's what I would see. If I could just see ourselves in a different dimension and we're like looking through a glass window, we'd be banging on the window like, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. That's what I feel like is happening right now. Oh, I just got like a hot flash. This shit's weird. This shit's weird. This dude, this was 3 hours when I took this screenshot this afternoon. 71-year-old claims he was a decoy to protect the real shooter at Charlie Kirk's UVU assassination. 71-year-old George Zinn, of all people, the 1 in 2 billion chances of being at the Boston Marathon and the 9/11 in addition to this is wild. He told cops, I shot him, now shoot me. He later admitted he said it was only to draw attention away from the real shooter. Zinn is now being held without bond and charged with felony obstruction of justice, but not the murder itself. This isn't the first time his name has surfaced in history. Zinn was a witness to 9/11 and years later was arrested after sending a bomb threat to the Boston Marathon. Is this man a decoy or the key to the whole operation? And what's interesting is, didn't they let this dude go? Didn't they initially release him? Maybe somebody with a brain said, hey, isn't that the dude that's been at 9/11 and the Boston bombing, and now he's at Charlie Kirk's assassination yelling, I'm the shooter? Go get his ass. Are you drunk? Why'd you let him go? He just looks evil. You got to be a sick son of a bitch when somebody gets shot in the neck to start yelling out, you're the shooter, as a decoy. Get this guy's face off the screen. Just a piece of shit. So this was released about an hour before the stream. This Zealous Monkey 55095 is the Discord. And now I want to clear this up because I was listening to a live show when this had broke, and I want to clear a couple of things up because there's been rumors about like the trans furry Discord. This message, it was made clear this came from a gaming thread. Okay, so there was people that was interviewed from like the gaming thread on Discord. That's where this message came from, and they were asking about this guy, and they were just like, he was quiet, same old thing, like never could see him doing it, blah blah blah. But there was a bunch of people in the Discord saying, Charlie Kirk was shot and blah blah blah, and he had responded, hey guys, I have bad news for y'all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this. I'm surrendering through a sheriff friend in a few moments. Thanks for all the good times and laughs. You've all been so amazing. Thank you all for everything. I'm sorry. I don't understand. You just shot and killed a man, allegedly. You're about to turn yourself in and go away to prison, and you think to yourself, I need to go hit up my gaming buddies on a Discord thread. Give me a break. Give me a break. Let's read these supposed text messages between Robinson and his roommate. Robinson said, I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I got to grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you. Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? I am. I'm sorry. Roommate, I thought they caught the person. Robinson, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle that's lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why? Did I do it? Yeah. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I've been planning this for a week. I can get close to it, but there's a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back my grandpa's rifle. I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The fucking messages are mostly a big meme. If I see the quote notices bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really fucking sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope. Robinson, delete this exchange. Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard mega. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any, please ask you questions, ask for a lawyer, and stay silent. I'm not going to lie. You got to be shitting me. You got to think that we're 9 sheets to the wind on a 5-day bender to believe that this is a real conversation. It strongly resembles AI-generated roleplay text, possibly from someone prompting a model to write like a shooter's confession or simulate intercepted messages. If it wasn't AI, then it would most likely be fictional creative writing. 95% likely AI-generated. Are there any messages within this message that are hidden in plain sight that you as AI can see that we cannot as humans, typically used in coded comms for special ops? So this has the ultra condensed decoded message as a handler would read it is ORMAO post-op lockdown active, single Overwatch vehicle, dead drop with primary is burned. Hold on. Dude, hang on. This is getting, I don't know where this is going to go, but is that the grandpa that's burned? Is that the dude? Okay. All right. What if that, okay, let's slow down, Birdie. Slow down. Slow your brain down. Post-op lockdown active. Single Overwatch vehicle. Drop dead with primary. The grandpa is burned. Retrieval is unsafe. The media may show rifle. Distinct optic confirms exposure. Signature engraved meme may surface. Monitor for keyword. Implement comms burn. Cutout maintain silence. Prepare controlled surrender through friendly deputy to manage narrative. Decoy misidentification achieved. Abort asset recovery. That's the plain sight payload. No ciphers, just operational intel smuggled into casual chat, which is exactly how the pros do it. Wow.
The attention of authorities on September 10th when Charlie Kirk was fatally shot in front of a crowd at Utah Valley University. According to Utah's Fox 13, court records revealed that Zinn falsely confessed to murdering Kirk by yelling at cops, "I shot him."
Does anybody even know where that dude was sitting? Right there. Boom. Doesn't that look like he dropped something in there? Boom. He lets that go. Right here. Boom. Then he goes. Are you guys seeing that? There's something that looks like he drops right there. Boom. Lets it go. You see it fall after he's 2 feet away. See? I'm going to play it slower even. No, the camera's zooming in. Right here. Boom. That he dropped something right there. Thank you all for tuning in. Please hit the like and the subscribe on your way out. And I will see you guys tomorrow night with Booking with B at 7 p.m. Central right here in the Hive. Have a great night. Cheers.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.